Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaykum, dear listeners. Today is Ramadan day 22, and I am continuing with the theme of getting to know Allah, Marifat Allah, through the Qur'an. Today, I am going to focus on the theme of creation, power, and authority based on a selection of verses. You will notice that I am repeating some verses in these episodes, and this is because Quranic verses often contain multiplicity of messages and they can be categorized in different ways. Let's return to the verses in Surah Al-Hashr in a bit more detail this time, and keep your focus on the ideas of creation, provision, and power, how they show up in these verses. So this is Surah Al-Hashr, chapter 59, verses 22 to 24. Allah is He than whom there is no other God, who knows all things, both secret and open. He, most gracious, most merciful. Allah is He than whom there is no other God, the Sovereign, the Holy One, the source of peace and perfection, the guardian of faith, the preserver of safety, the exalted in might, the irresistible, the supreme. Glory to Allah. High is He above the partners they attribute to Him. He is Allah, the Creator, the Evolver, the Bestower of forms or colors. To Him belong the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and on earth doth declare His praises and glory, and He is the exalted in might, the wise. In Surah Az-Zumar, chapter 39, verses 62-63, Allah says, Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the guardian and disposer of all affairs. To Him belong the keys of the heavens and the earth, and those who reject the signs of Allah, it is they who will be in loss. In Surah Hūd, chapter 11, verse 6, Allah says, there is no moving creature on earth, but its sustenance dependent on Allah. He knoweth the time and place of its definite abode and its temporary deposit. All is in a clear record. In Surah Yunus, chapter 10, verse 31, Allah says, say, who is it that sustains you in life from the sky and from the earth? Or who is it that has power over hearing and sight? And who is it that brings out the living from the dead and the dead from the living? And who is it that rules and regulates all affairs? They will soon say, Allah. Say, will you not then show piety to Him? As Muslims, we are familiar with these verses, but do we hold firm belief in them? How often do we find ourselves making immoral and unethical decisions to pay our bills, when we cheat in contracts, flatter an unfair boss, commit atrocities to earn a wage, or waste God-given riches like fossil fuels and gemstones to line our pockets? Is this belief shaping our daily decisions? The key reflection for today is that the verses on creation, provision, and power have the most profound consequences for our daily conduct, especially in the fields of business and economics, our commercial behavior. In these verses, Allah reminds us not to take our riches for granted. What feels like economic certainty is in fact an illusion. We are completely dependent on Allah for our sustenance, and our circumstances can change anytime. This acceptance of uncertainty is a liberating belief, especially as we live in an era where the economic reality for the vast majority is terrifying and unsettling. Neither should the rich and privileged revel in their glory. Princes can and do become paupers overnight. So whilst we must strive to make a living, we should also hold uppermost in our minds that Allah is the disposer of all affairs. We are accountable to Him for any unethical choices we make out of fear or dependence on other human beings. Assalamu alaykum.